Distributors are at various stages of their AI journeys, some finding actionable ways to create value within their organization, and others barely dipping a toe in. And while the latter group are often interested, they struggle with common pitfalls like change management challenges, application conundrums, a lack of digital foundation, and even fear of failure. Enter Distro, a digital solutions company that calls its solution the complete AI wingman. Today, we are joined by Jason Sullivan, the founder and CEO of Distro, the AI sales automation platform purpose-built for industrial distributors. Distro empowers counter staff, inside sales, and customer support teams to quote faster, convert more, and deliver expert product recommendations, driving revenue growth from day one. Jason and I will be chatting about ways Distro has been seeing distributors actually boost their revenue and margins through carefully applied use of AI. All right, Jason, before we get going here, tell us a little bit about Distro.
Yeah, happy to. So Distro is the AI wingman for your counter and inside sales teams. Distro is a tool that accelerates quoting, helps reps upsell, cross-sell much more effectively, and quote in 90 seconds or less. We're surfacing real-time upsell opportunities and allowing those reps to access product knowledge instantly with our proprietary Agentic layer. And that really turns those everyday reps into top performers. We connect into your ERP, we connect into various data sources, and we feed that data into our Agentic AI engine to allow your reps to be 10 times more effective and sell 10 times more effectively.
All right, Jason. So we're seeing some distributors unlocking some really big margin and revenue gains when it comes to AI, and others are falling behind. They're kind of on the other end of that spectrum. So what's at stake, in your opinion, for those companies that hesitate to adopt AI right now?
That's a great question. So there's quite a lot at stake, and now really is the time to jump on this. So a few different things to think about. You're going to start to see compressing margins. So if you are not using every tool available to you to capture the upsells, to capture accessories, to hit your volume targets on your sales team, those margins are going to sort of compress over time. You're also going to start to see attrition from larger players and from PE roll-ups. So the bigger players just generally are way ahead on AI, whether it's being pretty action-oriented and finding the right partners early on, or building internally, or in most cases, we found some combination of the two. And so if you're smaller or more medium-sized or family or employee-owned, this is it's a threat. It's something to think about right now. We also see quite a bit of issue around employee retention on the sales teams at distributors. So those revenue challenges that I mentioned, they're going to make it harder for you to keep your best employees happy. And that's especially because your competitors who are jumping on the latest and greatest in AI tools, they're going to start to look more attractive because those tools are going to be available to those employees. And same deal with hiring on the other side of that. Your employees or your prospective employees are going to start expecting access to high quality AI powered tools and platforms to make their day-to-day better. So if I were to wrap it up, I'd say the prognosis here is that you might feel right now like you don't want to dip your toes in the water. You might feel like things are okay at the moment without jumping on the latest in AI. But the reality is it's going to start hitting folks like a brick wall in the next 12 to 18 months. So it really behooves you to start talking to partners and exploring different products that you can incorporate into your day-to-day.
So when it comes to exploring those products, it sounds like there's a lot of options out there that are promising everything, really quick wins. How would you advise distributors to kind of tell the difference between some of these big and flashy features and a platform that's really, specific to them and will actually scale with that business?
Yeah, so I would say you could break that out into three sort of layers. So there's assessing a partner or a vendor. Then there's assessing the idea of a platform versus a point solution. So just the type of offering. And then there's assessing the product itself and how it's incorporating artificial intelligence. So in order, if you're looking at assessing a partner or a vendor, just keep in mind that AI is, as we all know, really hot right now. So every company in the world is very incentivized to to push the idea that they've got expertise in AI and they've incorporated that into their products, something you have to look out for. So, number one, I'd say, is look at the leadership team. Do they have academic and professional experience and expertise in artificial intelligence? And at Distro, that's one of the things we pride ourselves on. Myself, I did my graduate studies at Stanford, focused on artificial intelligence, and look at technical leadership as well, more broadly. Does the leadership team have the technical chops to really be able to steer the product and work with you closely as a partner? For myself, I've got a software engineering background. So, at Distro, I've had the opportunity to really stay involved in the building of the product, from inception. And then lastly, I'd say on the vendor assessment side of things, are they capable of being a sort of a true long-term partner? And are they going to grow their product with you? For us, we consider all of our customers as partners, and we really build our product based on the real world feedback that we get from our customers. So I'd look at those three things as far as assessing a partner. Now, you're going to want to look at the product as well. So number one, is it a platform or is it a point solution? And what I mean by that is, is it just doing one thing, or is it more of a holistic solution? Because this is a long journey. You're going to really want to focus on finding a partner, and a partner is going to look to build something holistic for you. You don't want to be juggling 20 different AI oriented vendors in the future. And you want everything to be sort of in one place, have your tooling play nicely with each other. And again, that's been our approach at Distro, is we're really sort of full stack, all in one in the way we approach things. And then, you're also going to want to think about the way in which AI is incorporated into a product. So an AI product can mean 10 different things to 10 different people. And plenty of folks out there, in the startup world, they're making a product with a single API call to OpenAI and kind of wrapping that in something shiny and calling it AI. You really need to understand how deeply AI is integrated into the product, and really what the work is. What is the work that the AI is doing in that product suite?
All right. So lastly, we have heard from leaders who say that the biggest AI challenge isn't actually the tech, it's getting their teams to embrace it. So what happens when distributors get change management wrong?
This is a topic that's very near and dear to our hearts here at Distro. I'd say it's really a key part of our focus and how we work with customers. In fact, I'm going to be speaking on the topic of change management at the Hardy Emerging Leaders Conference this July. So I'm really excited about that. But, to get to the core issue here, you can, and I'm speaking as a vendor of an AI platform, you can have the most enthusiastic executives and VPs on the part of the customer. Everybody's very excited. You get the deal done, you get the kickoff scheduled, you're ready to go. But if you haven't done the work to get the end user bought in and excited about what you're doing, it doesn't matter how great your solution is. It doesn't matter how advanced it is. It's just not going to succeed. And that's why we've put so much energy into our onboarding, our training, our customer success function here at Distro to really alleviate this issue. And if I were to break it down and maybe oversimplify it a bit, I'd say there are really three key elements to a successful change management strategy. If you're working with an AI vendor in the distribution space, so first would be reassurance. So everybody, really in every industry, on some level, is afraid of AI taking their job or otherwise affecting them in some way. Our mission at Distro is to empower your sales team, not replace them. But it's not a matter of taking our word for it. The people really need to know from the heart that this is how we approach things, and that's a conversation. You really have to have those conversations with real users. The conversations don't stop with the VP or the executive. I'd say the worst thing for user buy-in is ambiguity around what it means for their day-to-day, what it means for their role. AI is just kind of this big wall, and it's tough to picture what it might mean. So in our experience, it's about spending the time live, walking users through how using our platform will look for them day to day, and that really gets everybody very comfortable. So that's tenet one. I'd say tenet two is product training and usability. So live training sessions, that's a big part of what we do at Distro. So it's not just getting the executives excited, it's live training sessions of the user. Our platform focuses on counter staff and inside sales. So really, we really have to get in the weeds with folks. We see quite a bit of variability as far as how sort of technically savvy our end users are, how much experience they might have in the space. And so you really have to look for, a partner, an AI partner that is sensitive to this reality, and can build their training materials and their training workflow in accordance with that. We also are very focused on in-platform live, in-platform self-serve training. So, whether it's various wizards or guides or FAQs or demo videos, other references in our application, it's supplemental to those live training sessions. You can go back at any time and understand how best to utilize the platform. And I'd say lastly, you're going to want to look for a tool, a platform that has a really easy and intuitive to use user interface. It shouldn't have any friction. It shouldn't bring any serious change to the behavior of somebody at the counter or inside sales. It should be kind of plug and play and easy to understand. Again, even for folks who are maybe a little less tech savvy or a little more reticent about adopting new technology. And I'd say, to wrap it up, the third tenet here would be the idea of continuous engagement. So at Distro, our customer success function here is absolutely key to our success. That goes way beyond the initial onboarding and kickoff, but rather, we're setting goals and metrics and success metrics here, at the outset with those executive sponsors and those team leaders. But we're meeting with those people continuously on a regular cadence, not just through onboarding, but throughout the life of our partnership. And we're also monitoring usage and regularly looking at feedback from those customers, both through our application and in live calls, to really make sure we have our finger on the pulse of how people are using the tool and what could be done to make the tool, the experience, better.
Yes. Great. Absolutely. Well, listen, Jason, we really appreciate your time today and all the insights that you brought to this conversation. If any of our viewers want to learn more about Distro, where should we send them?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is distro.app, distro.app. And please feel free to reach out to me directly. My email is jason@distro.app. And we'd be very excited to chat with you about how we can help your counter staff and inside sales be 10 times more effective.
That's great. All right, distributors, listen, you have the inside scoop on AI. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jason Sullivan.
Thank you.